eerie knocks. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of being alone, but the house at night always felt off. The empty rooms, silent hallways, and the faint creaking of the wooden floorboards under my feet made the place feel alive in the worst way. The house had been built in the 70s, and it had a habit of groaning, soft pops in the walls, the occasional sigh of wind through the vents. But that night, the sounds were different. I was in the living room, sipping a hot cup of tea and trying to focus on a book. The words blurred together on the page. I couldn't concentrate. My mind kept wandering back to the rumors about this place. People said the house once belonged to a strange man who vanished under mysterious circumstances. He wasn't dangerous, just off. But then again, in a town this small, everyone is a little off. The first knock came around midnight. It was soft, almost polite, as if someone didn't want to disturb me too much. Knock, knock, knock. I froze, my pulse quickening. Maybe it was just the wind or a stray noise. Athel called out. I got up, walked to the front door, and turned on the porch light. Through the frosted glass panel in the door, I could see the empty yard outside, bathed in the pale glow of snow. No footprints. Nothing but the silence of a winter night. I opened the door a crack, the cold air nipping at my face. No one was there. For a moment, I thought I caught a strange metallic smell, like rusted iron or wet steel. But it was faint, almost imagined. I shut the door, trying to shake off the unease, and went back to the couch. Just as I settled in, the knock came again. Louder this time. Knock, knock, knock. This was no accident. Someone was out there. Who's there? I called, my voice cracking slightly. No answer. No more. I got up and marched to the door, anger overtaking my nerves. I flung it open, stepping out onto the porch. The yard stretched out before me, untouched. No footprints in the snow, no sign of anyone nearby. Frustration boiled over. I slammed the door shut and locked it. My chest felt tight, like the air in the house had turned heavier. And then it came again. The third knock wasn't just loud, it was violent. The entire doorframe shook, the sound reverberating through the walls like a battering ram. My gut twisted with a mix of rage and fear. Grabbing a flashlight, I yanked the door open, ready to confront whoever was messing with me. That's when I saw it. Standing just beyond the porch was a thing. A tall, gangly figure that shouldn't exist. Its limbs were too long, bending at unnatural angles, and its head was disturbingly small in proportion to its body. Red orbs glowed faintly where its eyes should have been, and its breath came out in heavy, wet huffs that formed clouds in the freezing air. X rose, unable to move. The thing didn't. It just stared at me, unblinking, unbreathing. Then it took a step forward. I slammed the door shut and locked it, my hands trembling. Almost immediately, the door shuddered under a massive blow. Another and another. It was trying to break in. All that stopped the clap. I ran, bolting from room to room, locking every window and door. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't matter. This wasn't something I could keep out. Frowning, I pulled the curtains back and looked out of the window. The knocking spread. It wasn't just at the front door anymore. It was on the windows, the walls, the back door. It was everywhere. A chorus of pounding, relentless and deafening. I grabbed my phone, but there was no signal. The lights flickered once, twice, and then the house plunged into darkness. I ran blindly through the house, the flashlight beam trembling in my hand. And then I remembered the basement. A solid, old-fashioned cellar with thick wooden doors and no windows. I raced down the stairs, slamming the door behind me and locking the heavy bolt. The air down there was damp and cold, carrying the earthy scent of dirt and mildew. My breath came in ragged gasps as I leaned against the wall, listening. The knocking had stopped. The silence was suffocating, pressing in on me from all sides. My ears strained to pick up the faintest sound. And then I realized I wasn't alone. I felt it before I heard it. The icy breath on the back of my neck. My heart stopped as a low, guttural whisper filled the air behind me. "You hid poorly."